The biggest motorcycle show in the world is heading our way in November. I'm talking about EICMA 2025. Now, traditionally, EICMA has been big for big bike brands, but that has changed over the past 5 years, especially in the Indian context with brands like Royal Enfield and Hero MotoCorp making a big impact at the show. While a lot of new motorcycles are gonna be showcased and launched at the EICMA 2025, in this video, we're gonna focus on the motorcycles heading our way in 2025 and early 2026. First up, it is Royal Enfield. Now, Royal Enfield has been showcasing a lot of new products at EICMA over the past few years. This year is gonna go big because the 650 twins are gonna get bigger and we're gonna see a new range of 750 twin-cylinder engines heading our way. First motorcycles to get this engine will be the Interceptor and the Continental GT 750. On the Interceptor, we have seen the test mule. The motorcycle looks the same. The only big change being the addition of a single port TFT instrument console that we have seen on the Himalayan 450 and the Gorilla 450. Apart from that, the motorcycle looks similar. Now coming to the Continental GT, the motorcycle looks completely different. It gets a new fairing, something similar that we have seen on the Thruxton 400. So the Continental GT 750 will be a proper cafe racer. The other big change, because of the increase in power and torque, I expect the power figures to be around 55 bhp and the torque to increase to 60 Nm. We'll have to wait and watch whether the engine gets liquid cooling or not. I think it will still be an oil-cooled engine. To counter the extra performance, we can see the test mules running with twin disc brake setup. So the braking hardware is also changed on the new 750 family. So this was the Interceptor and the Continental GT. But the biggest update and the biggest motorcycle for most of the Indian bikers will be the new Himalayan 750. Yes, after the Himalayan 411, the Himalayan 450, Royal Enfield will be bringing out the Himalayan 750 with a twin-cylinder engine. Now, unlike the Interceptor and the Conti GT, which has the same frame compared to the older motorcycle, this motorcycle gets an all-new frame. It's a trellis frame, which is similar to the Himalayan 450. But unlike the Himalayan 450, this wouldn't be a proper off-road machine. It's more of an adventure tourer, because you can see the wheel setup that we had seen on the test mules was a 1917, but recently we also saw a motorcycle with a 17-inch setup running on alloy wheels. So we expect the Himalayan 750 to be available in two variants. One will be slightly more off-road with dual-purpose tires. The other one will be very focused on the roads with a 17-inch wheel, something that we have seen on the Versys 650. Now coming back to the motorcycle, we are not sure whether we will get ride modes or not, but we hope that you get ride modes because the motorcycle is very touring focused. So maybe the two ride modes can help the riders. Apart from that, while it can't be a very good off-roader, is two reasons. One is the engine itself, the width of the engine, because it's a twin cylinder, it's a very wide motorcycle. The second thing is the weight. The Himalayan 450 itself is a heavy motorcycle and the Himalayan 750 will be even more heavy. We expect it to be around 220 kg, and that's a lot of weight for a mid-capacity adventure motorcycle. So it's a all-new direction for the brand. So the Himalayan 750 will be the new flagship. Apart from that, we saw the Flying Flea electric motorcycle last year at EICMA. What we saw was the prototype. At the 2025 EICMA motorcycle show, we could see the final production variant because the motorcycle will be going on sale in India and across the globe in 2026. So let's see how much of the elements from the concept motorcycle is carried forward to the production motorcycle. Is there a change in the battery pack? Is the range more on the production motorcycle? And more details are awaited. So as you can see, a lot of interesting new products coming from Royal Enfield across different spectrum, from an big ADV to an electric motorcycle. A lot of action coming our way. And moving on, the next motorcycle on the list is the BMW F450GS. Yes, we saw the concept motorcycle last year. It got a lot of bikers excited. The motorcycle was also showcased at the Bharat Mobility show earlier this year. It is powered by a twin-cylinder 450cc engine. The older bikes, the G310 series, were powered by a single-cylinder liquid-cooled engine. The power figures look healthy. It should offer you good performance. BMW would offer multiple ride modes on this motorcycle. There will be a lot of electronic aids also. We expect traction control to be there. A quick shifter should also be offered on the new motorcycle. The styling of the motorcycle is also very unique because unlike the F900 series, which have a different styling, the F450GS styling is based on the Big Daddy GS. So it looks very modern and distinctive. BMW hasn't revealed much details of this motorcycle, but we know for sure that this new upcoming bike will be manufactured by TVS at its facility in Hosur. It has been designed and engineered by BMW in Germany. This is the same tail that we had seen earlier with the G310 family. So in terms of pricing, being a BMW motorcycle, it will be on the premium end, but because it is manufactured in India, we expect the pricing to be slightly competitive compared to the other big bikes. The other reason that we are very excited for is the way the motorcycle has been set up. The chassis is all new. You can see the front end, it gets a 19-inch wheel. The concept motorcycle had a spoke wheel, but the prototypes that we had spotted was running on alloy wheels. So we expect the first version to come up with alloy wheel. And in the future, we can see maybe a more off-road friendly variant, something on the similar lines that we have seen with the GSA. What we know for sure is that the production of the motorcycle has already started in Hosur, and the motorcycle will make its global debut at EICMA, and we expect the motorcycle to go on sale first in India by late 2025. So very exciting to see BMW come up with a new platform, and based on the same new platform in the future, we could see multiple new motorcycles. We could see a naked, we could see a super sport, and we could also see a TVS derivative that we have seen with the TVS Apache RR310 and the RTR 310. So with the BMW F450GS, the possibilities are a lot. Now, keeping the adventure trend going further is the much delayed Hero Xpulse 421. Yes, finally Hero will launch its flagship adventure motorcycle. We were expecting Hero to launch this new motorcycle last year, but last year we just saw kind of a teaser of the upcoming motorcycle. We saw some design sketches of the upcoming motorcycle. It looks very promising, looks very distinctive, doesn't look like any Hero product that we have seen or has any design cues similar to the Xpulse 210. What we know that the motorcycle will be powered by a 421cc single-cylinder liquid-cooled engine. In terms of performance, we expect the engine to have a short-stroke engine, so it drives very high. The engine performance could be similar to the Himalayan 450, if not similar to the KTM 390 Adventure, so it will have good amount of performance. Should be a very good tourer as well, but it is a proper adventure motorcycle, runs with a 21/18-inch setup, spoke wheels, long travel suspension. The motorcycle looks very purposeful, and given our experience with the Xpulse 200 and later with the 210, the Xpulse 421 looks very promising because the Hero, the pricing has always been very competitive because we have seen that with the Xpulse 210. The other aspect is the after sales. Hero products and the Hero spare parts are much more affordable, and even the service cost of Hero is more affordable compared to, say, a manufacturer like TVS or even KTM. So the Xpulse 421 looks very exciting, looks very promising. We just hope that Hero finally delivers because the motorcycle has already been delayed. So yeah, we are excited for the Xpulse 421. What's your take on the upcoming motorcycle and what are your expectations? Let us know in the comments. And now let's go for something fast, fun and engaging. Yes, the KTM RC390. We already have got the KTM 390 Duke 2 years back. Last year we saw the KTM 390 Adventure, the 390 Enduro coming into the picture. But finally the RC390 will come out at EICMA 2025. I'm not a big fan of the current generation styling. I think it's absolutely ugly. But then again, that's a personal opinion. The upcoming KTM RC390, the styling is inspired from the MotoGP bike. We could see winglets and a very sharp styling that on the prototype which was spotted testing. Coming back to the motorcycle, the underpinnings will be shared with the KTM 390 Duke, so you can expect the same frame, same suspension hardware, same braking hardware. It will get adjustable suspension for the first time. The RC390 will get that. It will be interesting to see whether the riding posture will be as aggressive as the Gen 1 or as relaxed as the Gen 2, because with the Gen 2, KTM went for a duality in terms of the riding ergonomics. It wasn't very committed and it wasn't too upright, so that made the RC390 a very fun to ride machine around the track and also a good tourer. Now, being a KTM motorcycle, we are expecting a lot of features. We'll get a TFT screen, navigation, Bluetooth connectivity, there will be a quick shifter, traction control, ride modes, and a lot of interesting stuff, and even cornering ABS for that matter. So in terms of features, in terms of technology, the KTM RC390 will be very loaded, and once it comes out in the market, I think it will be the best super sport that you can buy, say sub 5 lakh rupees. and it is a very interesting motorcycle that we are looking forward to, because when you think of the super sport category, the kind of options that you have in the market are limited. The current RC390 still remains a good bet, but the styling is not for everybody's cup of tea, and a lot of people thought more in terms of features could be added, and I think that's where the RC390 comes into the picture. Bigger engine, more thrills, more engaging to ride. And just like the KTM RC390, which is derived from its brethren, we will be seeing something new from Aprilia. We've already seen the RS457, later we got the 210 457. Now it's time for the TRX 457. This will be the first mid-capacity adventure motorcycle from Aprilia for the Indian market. It will be manufactured in India at Baramati in Maharashtra. The chassis will be different because this is an off-road motorcycle, so we expect the chassis to be modified, but it will be similar to that what we have seen on the 210. The suspension hardware will be completely different because it's an adventure motorcycle. You'll get long travel. Whether or not it will get adjustability is something that we'll have to wait and watch. In terms of the engine tuning also, we think the engine will be tuned more for torque and low end, because this is again an adventure bike. So when you're going off-road, you want that low end performance to be good. Apart from that, because it's a twin cylinder engine and it's very refined, we have seen the performance on the 210 and the RS457. The TRX 457 also promises to be a very good tourer. You can actually cruise at speed between 130 140 kph very easily because the twin cylinder engine is very refined. It will again run a proper off-road setup. You will get 21-inch spoke wheels, 18 at the back. Whether or not it will get tubeless spoke wheels is something we'll have to wait and watch. So the TRX 457 promises to be a very good fun to ride mid-capacity twin-cylinder EV motorcycle, and with the BMW F450GS also coming to the picture, action in the adventure segment is gonna heat up a lot. And finally, something very fast, very premium is the Norton V4. Again, this is a motorcycle which is gonna be made from the ground up after the TVS acquisition of the iconic Norton brand. We have seen teasers of this motorcycle. We have seen a test mode of the bike. It will be powered by a V4 engine, which will be producing in excess of 200 horsepower. Now, we have seen such kind of performance from Ducati and BMW, but the Norton V4 is more of a boutique brand. It won't be like as mass produced, say like a Panigale V4 on the lines of a V4R. Hand-built, will have all the top shelf components in terms of braking, in terms of suspension, and with the chassis also tuned for fast riding. So the Norton V4 will be a step up for the company, and not only for Norton as a brand, because it is kind of a revival after the TVS takeover. And while we will be expecting to see the V4 at the EICMA event, but I expect more variants and more upcoming concepts also to be showcased at the event. So the Norton V4, again, not a very mass market motorcycle with the Indian context, but for an Indian brand to revive an iconic motorcycle badge is something very exciting. So we are looking forward for the outcome of the Norton V4, and Norton V4 will be going on sale in India in next year, because TVS has confirmed that they will be bringing the Norton brand next year. Yes, it won't be the very common sight on our Indian roads, but it's good to see a very performance focused brand being revived by an Indian manufacturer. So we are excited for the Norton V4. So these are the motorcycles which are almost confirmed that will be coming out at EICMA 2025. There are also rumors that Honda might launch the CB500 H'ness. It will be a single cylinder bored out version of the 350cc engine. Whether or not we'll see this bike remains to be seen, but on paper the CB500 does make sense because the classic 500 was kind of popular in the Indian market. Now with the 650 twins and the 650 single coming to the picture, they are more expensive, so maybe a CB500 could be a good fit. What's your take on the CB500? Do let us know in the comments. And among all these motorcycles, which motorcycle has got you the most excited and you can't wait to ride it in 2025 or 2026? Do let us know in the comments. We'll be covering all these motorcycles from EICMA live, so make sure that you have subscribed to our channel. And if you like this video, please do like and share it with your friends.